This week on The Best Of, we enter the world of unmanned aircraft systems.
This is a unique, identifies like a number plate. It is unique to this aircraft.
We learn about regulations that may affect you directly.
The person flying needs to be a licensed driver. If you're able to comply with that, you'll not be looking at fines of 5 million.
And we marvel at the range and variety available.
This is a quadcopter, so you'll have an octocopter. The name comes from how many arms it has.
Keeping our eye in the sky on the best of drone agencies. When it comes to UAS, we usually limit our thinking to just selfies, weddings, and music videos. What is UAS? Ha! Unmanned aircraft systems, or drones. Now there's so much more to them than that, including licensing and regulations. And that's what we're here to find out at Geoid Technologies. Come with me. Here we are. Hello, sir.
Good.
My name is Yafesi.
Yafesi.
Yes.
Welcome to Geoid Technologies.
Thank you very much.
My name is Solomon Kariuki.
Geoid. That is how it's pronounced.
The word is Geoid
Geoid
Technologies Limited.
When you started out as a survey company. So what did that entail at that time before we got to all the things we see around us?
In the year 2017 is when the company started operations. And it was a vision coined by 3 young men who had just graduated from university.
Yeah.
And the passion for survey and the passion for technology brought them to the foundation of Geoid.
So which other areas have you gone into, even medical field?
We have partnered with people like Geoid. We usually go there to do some a bit of exhibitions, just showing the young people that the technology has evolved from where we started, where we're using chain to do measurements for distance, to this level where we're employing satellites to be able to realize the same measurements in a quicker and a more efficient manner.
So like other areas like in the medical, like search and rescue?
Initially, we didn't have any regulation around use of drones in the country. But in the year 2020, Kenya Civil Aviation, through a task force, were able to come up with a UAS regulation. Then there was a proper guideline on how to get into that space. And Geoid being among the pioneers, among the people who have been able to acquire all certifications as pertains to drones, we were able to get into that space. And also we have scaled our operation, or rather we have diversified. One of the areas that we are very much keen on is actually now taking the survey in the air, what we call aerial mapping. We have also gotten into assisting our farmers. As I will be showing you around, I'll be showing you some very huge drones that are used now to spread and spray either fertilizers, herbicides, fungicides, and all those other agrochemicals that are used by farmers to be able to make sure that their harvests are as targeted or as, as they would wish.
You're a licensed drone pilot.
Myself, I'm more licensed than the other pilots that I trained. So my rating is a bit higher, that's why I'm wearing a Foster. I'm an instructor for drones.
And so all these guys, like the young guys, want to shoot music videos, they want to take selfies, epic selfies and all, and they're thinking, I can learn this on the internet. I watch a video here and all that. So they'll be thinking, I already know how to fly it. Why do I need a license? There's a reason that is very important.
Remember, the airspace is not just for that person who's doing selfies. We have manned aircraft over there, so safety becomes priority. Okay, so YouTube learners, please, we are telling you that it is time that you also came to a proper class and also understand that the airspace is not just for drones.
Yes.
We have aircraft carrying lives. These things can crash into an aircraft.
And if it's perceived as a threat, it can be taken down.
Exactly.
And then now your drone, no one's going to refund you. When it comes to construction, which projects can we refer to where you've been integral to how successful the project has been or how safe the project has come up?
The first job that we've done is we've done a job in Konza, Technopolis. It is actually in quotes, the Silicon Valley of Africa. We were able to map 5,000 acre piece of land and provide data that was to be used by planners to be able now to do what they do best, urban planning. We have also done another project that was more of an inspection project. There's a wind farm in Kipete, whereby they're doing power generation via wind. Yeah, very tall turbines over there in Kajiado, right in the interior. So how they used to do the inspection was to have someone climb, go through the blade with cranes.
One blade
Okay.
at a time. 'Cause
One blade at a
this one
time.
has to come down.
Yes, considering the risk and the time taken to be able to go through that, we were able to change around that by actually now using drones to be able to take very clear crystal photographs all through the turbine.
Yeah.
Okay, and we were able to do 4 turbines a day. Okay, that was a revolution for them because it's an exercise that used to take 6 months. In a record of 3 weeks, we were done with that inspection.
Now that you mentioned that, because you're talking about accuracy, the quality of the images and all, so the guys will decide, I'm going to buy a drone. You know, I've seen one online and everything, but you are authorized dealers for like the highest end. You know, like which this brand called? Is it Colida?
We have DJI, we have Colida, we house a number of brands in Geoid, and it all depends on what one wants to do with the equipment. But mostly for surveyors, we serve them with Colida brand, starting from the top, RTKs, going to mid-level, what we call rotations. They are a bit optical, you'll be seeing that later, and levels. That's what we sell for Colida. When it comes to drones, we deal with DJI, and of course, very many other brands like Wingtra. We deal with Joy UAV, but all these have got different uses. There's a small drone that the filmers and photographers would want to use. That's a DJI Mini 3 Pro. From the regulation point of view, KCA recognizes all drones as drones.
So it doesn't
Whether
matter.
small, that is a 249 grams drone.
Yeah.
It is still a drone. Once, if it has to be deployed in the Kenyan airspace, it has to have a registration marker. Okay, like the one that you have here. This is 5 Yankee 0130 Alpha. Okay, this is a unique identifier, it's like a number plate. Okay, it is unique to this aircraft. Okay, even that small drone requires to have a registration. So that means whenever you're importing this drone, you need to import it legally. You have to seek an importation permit. That's number one. You have now to declare upon arrival at the airport and tell KCA, hey, my aircraft arrived, and this is it. Then from there, the aircraft is registered. If you'll have to fly the aircraft, you'll have to seek permission. If you're able to comply with that, you'll have a very easy time in operating. You'll not be looking at fines of 5 million because of contravening any of those requirements. You'll be operating safely without watching your back.
Imagine a fine that costs more than your drone. Okay, so you can get to seeing them in action in the field or in the location that you use.
Yes.
The ROC holders also renew their licenses every year. It's a process that you go through. You show your manuals, you show your standard operating procedures, you show your staff, you show your equipment, because every equipment we have here has to be registered by KCA.
After that legal education, time to do a field test.
Why are you wearing the reflector jacket?
Well, I would like to say it's more of a safety thing. That you are required to have a reflective jacket whenever you are in any outdoor activity.
Yeah.
That is as sensitive as a drone operation. Secondly, if you read my back, it has got some instructions.
Drone pilot.
Do not disturb.
Ah.
Focus on please do not disturb, because when you are on the wings, when you are on control, you're required to have maximum concentration.
Yes.
You're required to have a scenario whereby you're not interrupted.
Okay.
Because all eyes should be on the aircraft. At every one point, you need to see your
aircraft.
So I also complied with the safety jacket.
So this is a pilot in command today, Grace Washeke. She will take it from here.
Grace took me through the camera, stabilizers, sensors, and batteries on the drone. Everything revolves around safety and proper procedure.
It has a 3-axis gimbal.
Yeah.
It can see in 360 direction. These are the batteries.
Yes.
Quite huge. It uses 2 batteries at a go. So we need to make sure they are firmly
Inside.
Otherwise the drone will. This is a very important flight procedure to ensure that the
What is
drone
called
can-
pre-flight.
This is pre-flight,
Pre-flight, yeah.
just to make sure the
Propellers are not shattered.
The drone is in full working condition. There is no crack on the props. There is no crack in. So everything is okay. So to power the drone, you press, then you long press the power button. So the camera is calibrating saw it as a fully powered one. What happens will be autonomous and will not have controls.
As I put on my best pilot face, the drone went airborne. The shutter sound caught me by surprise as the drone took high-res photos.
Here,
Yeah.
we will stitch these photographs into one blanket.
Okay.
It's going to do individual photos, but later on we combine those photos as one photograph. So we'll be able to see this place from an aerial view as one photograph.
Are you even able to zoom in on
Yes, or
wherever
specific
you want?
areas.
Yeah.
Okay. The pilot in command, Grace, will be able to end that mission. So when she ends the mission, the drone will automatically come back home on its own.
Are you ready to end mission?
Return to home.
It's going to gain a bit of altitude, okay, height, and that one is also preset. All right. Then it's going to come
Directly.
back directly home. It's going to do a vector, the shortest distance.
Yeah.
That's the landing point.
Back to the exact point from which it took off. What about me as a student?
Yawing, pitching, rolling. I'm still getting the hang of it. But you know, there's so much more to drones than just selfies and music videos. When you think of the opportunities available when you get a license, I mean, you're talking agriculture, surveying and mapping, higher education, and also search and rescue. Don't you think you should go for it? The best of drone agencies. What does Optimus Prime have in common with a drone? That's easy. Robotics and transformation. But the transformation we're focusing on here is of the humanitarian kind, even though the level of robotics is expert level. I am, of course, talking about the Kenya Flying Labs, which is who we are here to see. Come with me.
This place is a techie's dream.
Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. My name is Yafesi.
Pleasure meeting you, Fesi. My name is Cleopa Tiano.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
When did Kenya Flying Lab start, and what were your primary operations, or the focus of your operations?
So we started off around 2018. Kenya Flying Labs is part of a wider network of organizations called Flying Labs, which were started by an organization based in Switzerland called We Robotics. It's a membership organization, so we pay membership fee, but this membership fee also goes into programs that promote the work that we do, small grants, training opportunities, etc.
So do you provide the kind of training and certification that allows the young people to fly the drones in there?
Our category is called Remote Operator Certificate Holders. With this certificate, you are allowed to offer commercial services to your clients. Any application that would need this technology, whether it's in filming, whether it's in agriculture, whether it's in inspection, whether it's in mapping.
ROC's Remote Operator
Certificate
RTO
is an approved training organization, so they offer training, and then KCA can go ahead and give you a license. That license is renewed, I think, every year. The ROC holders also renew their licenses every year. It's a process that you go through. You show your manuals, you show your standard operating procedures, you show your staff, you show your equipment. Because every equipment we have here has to be registered by KCA, and they really need to know who's operating what where.
Now, for most of us, it would probably only allow me to operate within either a country or a county or a certain area, but yours allows you to go beyond the border.
You can actually use it beyond the borders. It doesn't limit you because there is ICAO. The member states of this ICAO talk to each other. So in aviation, they understand each other, and they can verify your documents. They can know that this is a state that we work with, we collaborate with, and you'll be able to operate. We've actually done work in Sudan, South Sudan, road mapping there, and yeah, we used our licenses. We have drones like this, which is called a quadcopter because it has 4 arms. Then you have a drone with arms as well, like the one we use for heavy lift, the Matrice 600 Pro.
about some of the milestones you've achieved since you started going.
One of them is this award that we got from Women and Drones. It's a humanitarian team award in 2020, and it was presented to us by Women and Drones, which is a US-based organization that just encourages women to use this technology. We've supported organizations like World Vision for ecological restoration projects in Tana River, mapped 9 villages there. In Tana River there's a weed called madenge that was introduced in Kenya, I think in the 80s, but it turned out to be very hazardous. The idea was to cut it off mechanically, working with the community. But before that happened, we then did a map, be able to see the extent and which locations need rehabilitation. This is a device that we developed here in collaboration with our partner with robotics. We put seed balls inside here, and as it rolls, it's able to drop those seed balls.
It's like a conveyor belt.
Yeah, it's a conveyor belt that picks those seed balls as it drops them. We collaborate with an organization called Seed Balls Kenya that manufactures these seed balls. And so the idea behind this is to contribute to restoration work by planting more trees in the country in places that are hard to reach. So we attach it to that particular drone. It's a Matrice 600, which is a heavy lift platform. Can carry about 6 kg of load. If you compare it to the smaller ones, which weigh a couple of grams. Yeah, so that's one of the great ecological restoration projects we've done with some partners locally. We have a STEM program that introduces this technology to kids. We use some small programmable drones. So the idea behind this is to promote aviation in schools, but also help kids learn about STEM programs. So they learn coding, they learn mathematics, science, and engineering.
There's the work that is like, this is our mandate or the job description and all, but there's the positive impact that goes beyond that, the job description, that gives you satisfaction. Can you talk a bit about what gets you up in the morning?
This technology, in its every sense, makes me really wake up to do what I do because of the kind of impact it has in our lives in terms of getting high quality data rapidly, in terms of saving lives, where you can have a drone platform with emergency medical delivery, whether you're delivering blood to somebody who needs it in Laikipia, anti-venom, somebody's been bitten by a snake in Baringo and they need urgent help. The alternatives are expensive because you'll either fly an aeroplane there or that person might just die. But if you're able to lift some anti-venom from the closest health facility that has it, then you can basically save a life. So projects like ecological restoration, where we use these to plant trees, is something that really has a lot of impact. As you're aware of currently the climate change issues. So in every way that we can use this technology to support people doing reforestation, that really makes us happy. And also, working with kids to see them get an understanding of this technology, they end up in future, being in manned aviation, they end up becoming, aeronautical engineers, they end up becoming drone pilots, and they contribute positively to their lives and the society.
Let's geek out on the toys.
We have drones like this, which is called a quadcopter because it has 4 arms. Then you have a drone with arms as well, like the one we use for heavy lift, the Matrice 600 Pro. It has, how many arms are those? 6.
Oh, these the ones facing down?
Yeah, those are actually the arms.
So you get up there?
Yeah, the name comes from how many arms it has. They come with a fixed payload, which is mainly a camera that can be used for mapping. Other than the quadcopters, which have those propellers for them, we also have the fixed wing drones. This is called an EB. It's EBX RTK. It has this device that helps it improve accuracy. It's called RTK. And this allows you to swap payloads on it. So this is the payload that goes here. If you're doing agricultural work, you'll use this multispectral sensor to collect agricultural data. And it has 5 bands. It's able to see light spectrum that we are not able to see. We're able to see some colors, but there are colors that will tell you issues in the farm that you can't see when you do analysis eventually. And this is the sensor that gets all that. It also has this sensor, which is an RGB sensor, which is a normal camera like what you have.
It's actually pretty amazing the work that you guys are doing. Yeah. Just over there on the download, being humble and everything. Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time as well and for talking to us. We're really happy to see interest in the work that we do, and we hope that through this many more see it.
You know, sometimes we really like to complicate things. Robotics can sound like a very intimidating word, but the whole thing with technology is about affordability and availability. And that knowledge is available to you. You've seen all the applications done expertly right here at the Kenya Flying Labs on the best of drone services. See you next time.